Triple D versus the White Rabbit. Who wins this fight? Before I get into it, hit the thumbs up, sub, and notification bell. That way you get updated when I drop the newest content like this. That being said, let's get into the video. Be honest with y'all, I'm a little irritated right now. I'm a little mad. I just talked for like 10 minutes and my phone blacked out because iPhones, as good as they are trash when making videos. I miss my computer. Anyways, I digress. Back to the point. Look, I'm going to tell y'all honestly, I'm not sold on Usyk at heavyweight. I don't know how good or how bad he really is at heavyweight. Yes, he beat AJ, but I would say that AJ has not been the same since he lost to Ruiz in the first fight. He just hasn't. And the thing about it is, people want to praise Usyk for beating AJ, but they forget that the same guy that they were cussing Tyson Fury out for fighting at Chisora gave Usyk a much harder fight and damn near beat Usyk at heavyweight. So if a guy like Chisora could beat Usyk at heavyweight, then I question how good he really is at this weight class. I knew he was going to beat AJ because I knew AJ didn't have the power, didn't have the strength, didn't have the boxing ability to keep Usyk off of him. Now, what do you mean he didn't have the strength? He didn't have the power. He was a knockout artist. Yes, he used to be before he lost to Ruiz. After he lost to Ruiz, he pulled off all his strength. He pulled off all his power. He pulled off all his armor. He pulled off all his weight. And he just didn't look the same. And I was saying it in the rematch against Ruiz, that he didn't have the same pop behind his punches. He didn't have the same type of power. He gave up on weightlifting, quote unquote, and started boxing more. And obviously for him, that wasn't the right decision because he's not a guy who is naturally gifted with knockout power like a Deontay Wilder, and I've said it many times. He's the type of guy that has knockout power through his training. And when you take that training away, that development of strength away, he falters in the power department, in the strength department, and it showed. And the thing about it is a light AJ to me is dumb because AJ has never been agile. He's never been fast. He's never been fluid. And his gas tank has pretty much looked the same throughout his entire career, whether he was lighter when he first started to him getting heavier when he kept going and got into his stride. So his endurance never had anything to do with anything. In fact, his loss to Ruiz happened early. I believe he dropped Ruiz in the third round, got reckless and got caught himself and put down and never recovered from it. That doesn't have nothing to do with endurance. He wasn't tired. He got caught, hit on the top of his head, and it was over. That was it. That was done. That's why he lost. He got sloppy. Endurance had nothing to do with it. When he fought Klitschko, he came back late to win the fight after being floored. Endurance had nothing to do with it. His power saved him. He knocked Klitschko out. Against Dillian White, he was looking tired. But what happened? His power saved him and knocked him out. And that's the thing about it. Povetkin, his power saved him. Any fight that you could think of that you said he got tired in before he lost all his weight, he won by knockout. So if being tired is knocking people out, then I want to be tired every fight. And that's just the fact and the reality of it. He should have never taken off the weight. He should have used his strength. He should have wrestled with Usyk. He should have beat him with a free hand while holding him with the other hand like Chisora did. The blueprints out there how to beat him. Now, with that being said, can Triple D do it? I believe he has a chance. There is a possibility that he can do that he can outstrength Usyk, that he can wrestle him. But I question his heart. See, the problem with Triple D is he doesn't have a lot of tenacity. He doesn't have that will to walk through the fire. He's the type that looks to give up. And see, that's what happened whenever he fought Joe Joyce. He gave up. And that's what happened in his last fight. He was looking at his corner like he wanted to stop because he got hurt and he didn't want to continue. Yes, he ended up continuing, but it looked like a pay-to-win fight because the other guy, after hurting Daniel Dubois and seeing Daniel Dubois quit fighting, he quit fighting himself. Usyk's not going to be a pay-to-lose. He's not going to be a pay-to-win for Dubois, and he's not going to get paid to lose for him. He's just not going to do it. Usyk's going to come at you with a lot of tenacity, the one thing that Daniel Dubois lacks, and he's going to be trying to fight you from the first round to the 12th round, or if he can stop you somewhere in between that. Now, as far as power goes, Usyk doesn't have a lot of power. He just doesn't. That's just a fact. His power comes from volume. He comes from wearing you out, getting you exhausted, like you just stepped out of an aerobics class and you just too winded to do anything. Like you've been dancing in Zumba for 5 hours and you just can't dance no more. That's what he does. He wears you out. He's a nonstop buzzsaw, I guess so to say. He just onslaughts you from the first round to the 12th round. And if you can make it, you can make it. But if you get tired, it's over. Because he's just going to pile it on more and more the more exhausted you get. But again, I still have to question how good he is at this weight, because Chisora was doing very well until he got tired. And we all know Chisora is not really however old he claims to be. He was 40 like 10 years ago. So, like Luis Ortiz, I don't believe Chisora's age. I just don't. He looks way older than what he claims to be. And his gas tank, to me, reveals that he's way older than what he claims to be. So I don't know how well Brits keep up with their birth certificates, but I just don't believe it. Anyways, moving on. I digress. Back to the fight. August 26th. Who wins? I have it 80-20 in Usyk's favor, but I would not be surprised if Daniel Dubois can beat him. What Daniel Dubois needs to do is start wrestling from now to the time he gets in the ring. He needs to be able to wrestle for 3 minutes every round for 12 rounds. 3 minutes every round for 12 rounds. He needs to be able to wrestle, learn how to lock somebody down with one hand and beat him with the free hand, and use his weight and his strength and his size against Usyk. That's the only way he can beat him. He's not going to get in there and outbox him, and if he gets hurt, he's probably going to fold. So, I believe Usyk beats him, but I believe Daniel Dubois has a shot, and I would not be shocked if Daniel Dubois beats him. I would not be shocked, but he's got to do it the right way. He's got to do it the smart way. He's got to neutralize Usyk and hold him in the pocket. So basically, start from range, take some back steps, throw some jabs. The minute he gets in, to start letting off his combinations, grab his ass, beat him up on the inside till the referee forces y'all to separate. Rinse and repeat. Throw a couple of jabs so it doesn't look like obsessive holding. Throw maybe a straight here and there. And the minute he gets in, grab him and beat him with the free hand. Use your weight to tire him out. But most importantly, hold him and beat him. That's how you beat Usyk. Chisora showed it. Can Daniel Dubois do it? I don't know. But I think this fight right here is just it's just a fight that nobody wanted to see. I don't really rate Daniel Dubois. I don't think he has a lot of heart. And again, with all that being said, I still believe he has a chance. He has a good chance if he fights Usyk the right way, because I'm not convinced. Regardless what he did to AJ, even though I picked him to beat twice AJ, both times I predicted he would beat AJ. And he did the way that I said he would, because I knew AJ just lacked the power. But one thing that Daniel Dubois does not lack is power. He has a lot of power. So can he use it? We'll see. Let me know what y'all think about this fight in the comment section below. Have a good morning.